Welcome back everyone to our April Manime swatch comparison video. And we are comparing Cloudy with its similar counterparts and Raindrop with its similar counterparts from Maniology. And we're going to start by swatching the tops of both and the swatch sticks to get a good look at them before swatching them on the mat and comparing against the similar colors. Forgot to grab my stamper. I had everything else. Forgot to grab that. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the top with Cloudy. I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy this color. It seems like it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Oh, that's so pretty. Even though in the bottle this looks very different from retrograde, but this actually very much so reminds me of retrograde with the way it shows up over black. Excuse me. And I am knocking bottles over. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the swatch stick. Before I do that, I need to write that down. Where's my marker? Bear with me, folks. I am tired. My son had me up half the night last night, so he is very lactose intolerant, and he had just a little bit of chip dip at the neighbor's yesterday and was up all night pretty much complaining about his stomach hurting. We did warn him before he had it that would likely happen, but he did not he did not listen, so I just didn't get sleep. It's okay. Oh, the things we do for our children. Beautiful pickup. Come on, give me my swatch stick. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that, guys. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Not what you expect when you first take it out of the bottle either. That's not what you expect at all. Looking at it through the bottle. Ooh. It's like coconut with a shimmer. That's nice. So let's see if we can get you guys to be able to see this. Look how stunning that color is. And it's very different of a black one, but it is white. Okay, we're going to go ahead and swatch over the final spot on the stick. This definitely has a sheerness to it, which leads me to believe, considering how it reacted over black, that this is a special effect and less cream based than normal. It's kind of in between the two. That's what it seems like. It does seem like they took the formula for coconut and just added a blue shimmer that they used for retrograde. At least that's what it looks like to me. It's got this slight creamy yellow hue. That's not quite opaque, but bordering opaque like coconut, and has that nice beautiful blue shimmer. It's absolutely stunning. I love this color. Alright, I'm gonna get myself some paper towels on the side so this can dry. All right, and then the next one is Raindrop, which is a blue-gray. I did not just freaking do that. I'm gonna clean the permanent marker off of my mat from it slipping off of there trying to write Raindrop. Don't mind my awful handwriting, guys. Okay, so I'm going to clean the plate, and then we were going to test Raindrop. Okay, I'm going to start by swatching the top. Shows up beautifully over both. All right, so let's see how it does on the bigger surface here. I definitely like this gray. It's a nice blue hue. Now I don't own it, but this kind of reminds me of shark bait. So if anybody has shark bait and this color as well, please let me know how close they are in comparison, because this does kind of remind me of that color, and it's one that I haven't gotten around to picking up yet. And I feel like it's probably the closest one to it. This is very nice. Now, I didn't add Smoke Show to the lineup because I felt like it was too much of a shade darker, but Smoke Show, it does seem kind of similar as well. It's just a lot darker. That's really nice color. I love my grays. And that is a very nice one, guys. Look at that. That is such a nice gray. And it has a blue hue to it. And like I said, this does remind me of shark bait a lot. It's a nice blue gray. And shark bait is too. But I don't own it, so I don't have the ability to compare the two. That is actually on my wish list. So I don't have the ability to show you guys that, unfortunately. Okay, so for Cloudy, the only ones I could find were the ones that I thought I would be able to find that is similar looking in the bottle, and that is Frozen and Renaissance. And they are very different stamped. They're very different stamped. Cloudy is actually, it's been a while since I've done one quite this unique, but I'm glad that they did. This one is quite unique, and I'm absolutely adoring it. So right off the bat, it's very subtle over white. I'll zoom in when I'm done. And quite bright over black. It is very bright black. Okay, so let's go in with Frozen. Frozen is one of my all-time favorites, is one that I recommend for staples and collections when people ask, you know, what is your staple polishes? Frozen is one of those. But that is a staple in my collection. It is a very nice metallic white. And it's a softer white. It's more like an ivory and not as much of a bright white. Like Bam White is a pure bright white. And Frozen is a nice soft, like ivory white with a metallic finish. And it's quite pretty. Going in with Frozen over black. Okay. And then last but not least is Renaissance, which this one's a couple of years old. This came out January of 2021 or 2022. Somewhere in that ballpark. So it's like 2-3 years old. Fresh cotton ball. Need a fresh cotton ball. Okay. Clean up, clean up, clean up, clean up. Okay, now that we cleaned the plate again, we're gonna go in with Renaissance. Which is more beigey with a gold shimmer. It's a little bit darker than ivory. I actually really like Renaissance. It's another really nice, versatile color. It almost has a gray hue to it. And I have used it within clouds, so it's appropriate, I guess. It has a more beige gold over black than it does over white, and that's where it really shows its difference. Okay, so this is all three colors side by side. And starting with Cloudy from this box, then Frozen, and then Renaissance. And right off the bat, you can see that they're all, with the exception of Frozen, pretty much is the only one that's hard to see. And then over the black, they're very different. It turns like a blue for Cloudy. Frozen just stays the same. It's that nice, soft, shimmery white. And then Renaissance turns like a golden beige. And then over white, Cloudy almost looks like retrograde. It just turns into a slightly shimmery off blue over the white. Frozen stays the same over both. And then Renaissance turns into like a soft gold shimmery off-white, much like the off-white blue that Cloudy has. I'm going the wrong direction, sorry guys. Alright, so that is all three of those. Now I can stamp, let's do that just for comparison purposes, retrograde next to Cloudy. Even though retrograde is a blue through and through, it is a special effect blue that looks very similar to black. Just gotta find the dang thing where it is retrograde. That's not it. That's droplet. That's droplet. That looks like retrograde, but it's creamier. Dang it, where's retrograde? I hope my son did not get into my stuff again. He knows better. Where did retrograde end up? Did it end up in the other drawer? I hope not. It may have, though. That's not it. Silk. Where'd it go? I guess I'm not doing that right now because I cannot find it. It has either been moved from its original drawer, or I just am too blind and too tired to find it. And my guess is the latter. Since my son doesn't generally raid my stuff, he just sometimes raids my stuff. It's not often. Ah, there it is. Aha! At the last second, we found it. Okay. So this is retrograde. So right off the bat, they look very different in the bottle. But if you look at their swatches, they look almost identical. So the retrograde's blue is just a hair, I don't know if you see it, there it goes. You can see it's a hair darker over the black and even over the white, though you can't really see it on the white that well. But it's a hair darker and it's the same effect pretty much. The difference is this is a little lighter, and in the bottle they look very different. They look very different. They look a lot alike stamped though, but they're very different in the bottle. So now on to our dear lovely Raindrop. We're gonna clean up the mats. And then we're going to go in with Raindrop and its counterparts. Come on. Off. Come on. You know you want to. Off my mat. Off the mat. Thank you. Get cleaned up. And talk to you like I do my 5-year-old. There we go. So we will go in and we will do Raindrop. All right, now my mat's clean. I gave my card. I'm sure you guys can probably hear my 5-year-old in the background. I apologize for that. I think I've mentioned it already. They're on spring break. And the 8-year-old's at the neighbors playing with their girl, and I don't know, it doesn't look like, no, he didn't take that stuff with him. So he's not bug hunting like he was originally going to do. We got like a little bug hunting set from Dollar Tree. He got it with his allowance. He wanted to go hunt for bugs. A little magnifying glass and bug catching tool and net. It was a cute little set, and he was ecstatic because it's springtime and the bugs are starting to come out, and he's fascinated with it. And he's been taking care of his sea monkeys that he hatched and have been breeding, and oh my goodness, it's been fun. It's been fun. Okay, so that is what it looks like in a bigger setting, not just the little stamps. We have it over white and black, so there's Raindrop. And the next one I'm going to do is Folklore, which was from the Mythical Creatures MXM box. I believe it was 2021. I believe it came out the month before Renaissance, actually. So yeah, Renaissance would be 2022, and Folklore would be 2021. I believe that's the years it came out. And that's a hard one. There was a lot going on at that time, and I was struggling to keep my head above water. So it's hard to remember what all was going on. My children have had a lot of health issues, and in the case of my youngest, a lot of developmental issues, and so I've had a lot of battles to fight, to say the least. So that time in my life, it's kind of hard to remember what products I got back then, because that wasn't my priority, and it was just a nice treat to help keep me sane. And now that things are starting to improve with their development and health and everything else, it's less of a keep me sane and more of a real treat, and I can actually enjoy it and remember things a little bit better because it's not quite so chaotic. I'm not every single week driving out of town for, or almost every single week, at least every other week, driving out of town for specialists for my kids, because they have so many things going on with them that they have a laundry list a mile long of things that need to be dealt with. Okay, so this next one is Storm Cloud. There's another one I had a glue sticker on looking at. So yeah, no, my children have had a lot of struggles health-wise and development-wise, and it's just been very, very difficult for me to get through it and remember everything that happened during that time. Okay. So these are warmer grays, both Folklore and Storm Cloud. And this is a cooler gray. The Smoke Show's a lot darker than this, but Smoke Show does have that nice blue hue to it. There's so many shades of gray, it's crazy. I never thought my collection of gray stamping polish would be as large as what it is now, but I'm glad that it is, because having this kind of variety makes a big difference when I do very monochromatic designs. Having that kind of variety makes a big difference. Okay, so this last one is Literary Classic, and this one's a more recent one. This one came out a few months ago, and in a mix-in box. Come on, give me my cotton ball so I can flip it. There we go. Okay, so go ahead and swatch our Literary Classic. And I knock it over. And this one actually has a mauve. It doesn't have the blue, but it has a purple hue. A mauve purple hue. It doesn't have the blue. So this is another nice, lovely, kind of unique gray. Okay. So now we'll zoom in. My 8-year-old's pretty good about leaving my stuff alone unless he has permission. Not always, but generally.
So I had faith in him. He hadn't moved my stamping polish. And he has his own stamping stuff, and he does his own nails. He's got some child-sized press-ons that he likes to work on and practice his technique and his craft with, and I couldn't be prouder of him for it, to learn how to express himself in an artistic manner. So this is all of the similar grays, starting with the bluish gray Raindrop and what it looks like over black and white, and then we're going to go in with next one is this is Folklore and Storm Cloud and Literary Classic. Now, as you can see, let's see if I move up this way where I got a little bit better lighting here. As you can see, that this has more of a blue hue to it than all the others, and they're a very similar tone of gray, except for this is Folklore. Folklore's a lighter gray, but they're all very similar tone. But this is a lighter gray with the this is like a true gray. It doesn't lean towards a blue or a purple or a brown. It's just a true gray. That's just a light true gray. This is a medium true gray Storm Cloud. This one has a purpley hue, and this one has a blue. And all the others are either significantly lighter or significantly darker than this one. So this is the closest ones to it that I currently own. I really do feel like Sharkbait's probably the closest thing to it, but leaning a smidgen more blue, most likely, and a little less gray for Sharkbait. But I feel like that was probably the closest. I just don't personally own it. I do have to work at getting that at some point in time. Maybe the next time I get a good, decent sum of money, I will work towards getting the rest of the ones I'm missing. I'm missing quite a few stamping polishes that are still available. So I need to work on my collection, guys. I'm trying. But yeah, no, that's all of them. There's not a... I could have pulled out the rest of the grays, but like I said, they were either much lighter or much darker. These are the closest in shades to it that I currently own. And so this Tuesday's another swatch video of my collection of another color family. And the video past that, I'm not going to say the name of this character because I don't want to chance demonetization of this video or of the one that I've already filmed and uploaded to release Thursday. But it's the manuscript, formerly Manitude, plate named It's a Me. And saying that much should be enough to tell us which of our favorite plumber character I did the mani, and it was on one of my friends. And then the week after that is a honeybee themed mani, and both of these are, which is also going to be on one of my friends, is both of which are recreations of manis that I had done in the past for my Instagram before I started my YouTube. So I have a couple of nice special videos coming up for you guys, and then the following week after that will be the April MXM box inspiration mani, what I come up with using this month's plates. So I'm still wearing my birthday mani. I've had it on for the last couple weeks. This is the first time in months I've actually been able to wear a set for a prolonged period of time, and I am going to continue to be happy with that factor. If you guys enjoy watching me work on my friends doing manis and doing the tutorials that way as well as on myself, because that frees up some time for me. I can get it done, you know, towards the beginning of the month and not have to worry about it, and it gives me more time to do bonus videos as well. So you guys will have to let me know come Thursday when that one is launched what you guys think of it, and if you want me to continue filming, working on my friends. Though when I did film that particular one that's coming up on Thursday, I had to do it on my phone because my camera was not working. The start and stop button for recording had went out, and so I was forced to emergency film on my phone because it was literally, I had just finished putting on her extensions that she wanted, and I got the camera set up, I had all of my products set out, I had everything lined up and ready, and I had the camera open and I went to press record and nothing happened. Nothing happened, and we sat there, we lost like 2 hours trying to figure out what was going on with the camera. And we all of us came to the same conclusion, all 4 of us came to the same conclusion, is that the button had went out, and so we had to order a new part and crack her open and replace the button, and it's working now, but it was the button, but it was just a whole fiasco. And then I ended up working much later than I intended to that particular day. Everything was going smoothly up until then, and that was when the hiccup hit. And this was the day after Born Pretty reached out to me and asked me if I was willing to review one of their gel polish sets for them, and that they would send it to me and have me review it. And so that kind of put a little damper on my good mood when my camera decided to die. But I was really excited to do a review for them because they're a company I have purchased from many times over the years, and I do like their stamping plates. I do like their stamping polish, and the gel was actually very nice to work with. I was very surprised. I'm particular about my gels, and I'm very cautious about them because gel allergies is a very common thing. So I loved that the ingredients were on the back of the bottle, and that it seemed to be a nice formula. I had 0 problems with it curing. I had 0 problems with it reacting to the other products badly, because not all products play well together when you're working with different brands, and so you have to be very careful about that. And since it didn't come with a base gel or a top coat gel, I had to work with my own, which was fine, but I just wasn't sure how it would play with the other gels, and thankfully it did. It played just fine with the other products, and it was nice. It was really nice to actually work with them, and I'm hoping that they will continue to work with me in the future because they do have nice products, and I have no problem supporting their company like I do the other ones that I like Maniology is my go-to company. But there's plenty of other companies I purchase from as well, and I do like their stuff. There's not too many brands that I would be willing to just jump on board to do a review on without hesitation, but that is one of those brands. Maniology, obviously, no problem. I would jump on board, no hesitation. Clear Jelly Stamper, since I've done a few purchases for them, definitely. And out of companies that I've not tried, the list is even smaller of ones that I would be willing to do that with. Holo Taco's one I would be willing to do that with, because Christine is very much a nail fanatic as well, and she created her nail polish line for those who are like us. Like us nail art freaks, that we very much so value our products and the quality of our products and the price point of our products. There's an okay amount of them that I would be willing to do that. But, I'm very grateful that the first company to reach out to me was one that I was familiar with already. So that way I didn't feel like I absolutely had to take them up on their offer to continue to progress my channel to help more people and give more people inspiration or entertainment or whatever it is that you guys are looking for. So it is nice that it was a company I was familiar with to start with. That did make me happy. Hi, Topaz. You're not normally the one to get in my lap when I'm recording. Usually it's your sister. Hi, buddy. Okay, well, we're going to pay the cat tax. Yes, we're going to pay the cat tax. This is my old baby. I can't believe you're going to be 13 this year. My old boy. Yes. Hey, sweet fluffers. So, yeah, no, I'm very happy with how all of that went, and I look forward to potentially working with them in the future. So I don't think I have any more announcements, and this lovely ginger boy is wanting my love and affection right now. Which leads me to believe that maybe he needs fresh water or some food. He's not being annoying enough for it to be food. I think he wants fresh water. He's very particular about his water dish, and if it's even ever so slightly off, he wants it scrubbed out and refilled. So he's probably just wanting some fresh water. Oh, buddy. Too bad your sister makes this where we can't have a cat fountain. She would flood our house. She would. She would flood our house. She likes to make a lake out of the water dishes. And if it's moving, especially. Yes, my sweet boy. So I hope you guys found this helpful on swatch comparisons, and I'm sorry I don't have shark bait to compare this to. Like I said, that is on my wish list. That is something that I plan on getting. And I will spend my time planning up the mani to go with the plates that came with this box for you guys. And until next time, I thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you want to help support this channel, feel free to give a like and a comment. And Topaz, come on, buddy. I love you too. Come on. Off. My fur ball. Okay, so feel free to give a like or a comment. If you have seen more than one of my videos and you like the content, feel free to subscribe. All of those things help. And I have an ambassador code to get 10% off of all Maniology products with the exception of the MXM plates and the MXM subscription itself. Everything else you would get 10% off of, and I would get a small kickback. So that is a direct way to help my channel and help make sure that I'm still be able to stock up on necessary supplies to keep these videos running. And for those of you who've already been doing that, thank you all. You have been such a great help. You've helped get my videos into the algorithm and to more people. And in fact, one of my videos has gotten almost 500 views and is about to take the top spot over my very first video. So you guys commenting and liking and all of that, and has helped get it into the algorithm and helped get it to more people. So I greatly appreciate that for those of you who have already been doing that. It's been a big help. And I hope you all are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever it may be, wherever you are at while you are watching this video. And I will hopefully see you all next time. Bye.